Hey, what's up YouTube? So today I'm going to show you basically how to create an education system. And this will be essential if you want your Sims to basically have higher learning and a better chance to get a job. Go fig, right? So let's go ahead and start Simcity planning. Now keep in mind, it doesn't necessarily have to be the way I have it. I'm just showing you a demographic view of how this whole thing pretty much works. What am I doing here? Yeah, that sucks. That's not a straight line. Okay, pretty good. So now that I got my road laid out, I'm definitely gonna go ahead and start plopping a grade school. And a high school. Now I'm gonna leave a little bit of space between the grade school and the high school. And as you can see, I am now in the red. But that's okay. For now, we don't need the high school. But we do need the grade school. Now, in order for me to keep this going without losing any money, I'm gonna have to create more residential zones. And just to be fair, I'm gonna put in a park. Let's start plopping some school bus routes. Do notice that I am plopping school zone routes in order. It is not best to just plop these wherever you feel, because essentially not every sim is gonna wanna, it's not gonna get educated that way. So it's best to zone these appropriately, or else you won't get a good result. So as you can see now, I'm plopping enough bus routes for every sim to get educated. Which is pretty cool. So all of the residents that basically are near are getting proper schooling now. And just to ensure that, I'm gonna add more school buses. Now, plopping an education system has put me in the red for 2,000. But this is gonna drop pretty soon, as Sims are starting to get educated and maybe at least earn more money. So that means better income, more money in their pockets for them to be happy and do what they have to do. Let's go ahead and be safe and plot more residents. As you can see, now high wealth residentials are starting to be built due to the park's presence. So let's promote a little bit more growth, and let's add a park here. Great. Now all of my Sims that are residing here are super happy. Let's turn this up to llama speed and get things rolling. A lot of my Sims are starting to worry about where they're going to go work. So I think it is a little bit safe to say that I can plop a little bit of business into my city. So let's go ahead and start drawing in some roads. Now this is the only commercial zone that I am going to put into the city, because I actually do want people to start working at Nugget Plateau. So at this time, you basically now see that my education system is pretty good, and it's going stable. Now that there's new medium to high wealth residents over here, I think I should give them a little bit of education too. Because who knows, one of them might become a rocket scientist. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Okay, being that they're not educated, it's cool that we can now go into population overlook and start seeing if some of these Sims might want to go to school. So being that it's now 6 in the morning, and a lot of the Sims are not going either to work, let's go ahead and plot some bus and actually see if kids are interested in going to school. As you can see, I'm plopping these bus stops, and do notice that I do not have a school in place, but yet my Sims are happy that they're not getting educated. So it's pretty safe to say that Population Vista's education system is taking care of Population Overlook's Sims and children. How thoughtful. Now this is going to take a while. As you can see, I am plopping or trying to plop a lot of these bus stop routes. So pretty cool. As you can see, we have Sims moving in and out, starting to get into the city. Now I'm gonna upgrade these roads because it's cool that now I have a lot of residents in my city and it's time for them to grow. Now all my residents have found jobs in Nugget Plateau. You got the message. Got the memo. So it's pretty cool. Now once I'm done upgrading all these roads, I'm sure things will be moving a lot calmly. And people will get to where they need to go. Now this may take some time. So let's go ahead and put this into llama speed. As you can see, things are starting to cause a stir. And basically my city is causing a little bit of havoc. I think it's safe to say I could turn this into a high density avenue and make things roll a little bit more quicker. So now my Sims are starting to move quickly and vastly and see how things is rolling. It's now 10 in the morning. You can see that there's a garbage truck from the other city. Picking up garbage from Nugget Plateau. It's pretty cool. Things is working like clockwork. Things is running like clockwork. No thanks. For now, you're still gonna have to go into Population Vista to go shop. But that's another video. For now, it's just about education. So now my advisor is telling me that there is no schools. There's no schools in the region. But yet I plopped a whole bunch of bus stops. And basically Sims will be educated one way or another. Okay, pretty good. Now that we got bus stops in place, let's go back into Population Vista and make sure that the schools are ready for the little children to attend. Sweet. Now my grade school is being manned by people that are eager to work. And I'm betting all the teachers live right here. Okay, now that my city's in place, let's turn this into llama speed and make sure that the time goes by quick. Because this is 3:53 in the morning. We need to get the ball rolling here. It's not time for school yet. And I'm still in the red for 2,000. With businesses now open, hopefully they can make me a little bit of money. So let's go ahead and turn up the taxes for businesses. 12% don't seem that bad. Now that it's 6, time for school. Just to be on the safe side, let's add 2 more buses. This will provide enough bus systems for basically all my Sims to attend school. And it will also take population overlooks children too. So all of my buses are now out. And as you can see, they're picking up every single children in the city. Pretty great. So I know that my education system is now in place and it's working. It seems most of the Sims are now coming into work so they could teach these little kids on their daily knowledge. So far, 1 kid made it to school. A couple. There goes more. 26. So see, this is setting up an education system between one city. Now let's go back into Population Vista, Population Overlook, and check out how it's going over there. And being that it's still morning, it'll be perfectly fine for us to go ahead and pry. Just to make sure, let's go see. Uh-oh. I've hit a cap. And it seems that my school is now being overrun by kids, and there's nowhere or no place to put them. So maybe plop in 2 more extensions. That way enough kids can come in. Great. Seems like I'm occupying enough kids for everybody. But just to be sure, I'll plop in 2 more extensions. Because again, it's all about the children. Now that my education system is fully packed and I'm reached to the limit, I'm gonna go ahead and fully upgrade this and make it into a nice school. Great. Looks wonderful. So now I have a cap system of 950 kids, and there are a total of 546 kids in this region, and 320 of them are not yet educated. But that's okay. It still leaves me enough room for population overlook to fill those seats. So now let's go ahead, speed things up a bit, and then just go ahead into population overlook and take a look at the stats. Now that I'm in population overlook and it's 12:59 in the afternoon, let's turn things up into llama speed. I'm also in the mood to expand my residential source. So let's go ahead and city plan some more roads. I'm at it, I'm gonna go ahead and upgrade these roads. Now that I have new Sims moving in, I'm gonna go ahead and make sure they get educated. Now that I'm plopping bus systems all over the place, it should be safe enough to say that most of these Sims are going to be educated and really, really happy. Which makes me really happy. Now that we got that in place, let's just wait and see what happens. Now again, like all tutorials, this is going to take time. But as an insurance, this system does work. So now that we got the major roads in and out of the city upgraded, now that we got all of the roads in and out of the city upgraded, definitely things will be running a lot smoother. Seems like I'm creating a traffic jam here. But that's okay. All we want today is for nice little school buses to come by into the city and start picking up these little kids, take them to school. Okay, so basically, now that we have everything in place, we're gonna have to be a little bit patient due to traffic and see what's going on. Makes me wonder if I should downgrade this. But no, I'll keep it the way it is. A lot of people want to come in and out of my city, and that's okay. I'm just enjoying the view and being glad that things is working out fine. So now that I'm just here waiting on time to go by for 6 a.m. and all my residents are nice and snuggy, so let's go into Nugget Plateau and see how things is going. See, now that Population Vista has a ripple effect going on, most of the Sims are now educated, and it's causing a nice ripple effect on these industrials to start wanting to grow. That's cool. So my industrial systems are starting to look nice and brighter into a better future. That future that Population Vista and Population Overlook will provide to this city. Make sure that it makes me more money. So now that it caused a ripple effect, it's go ahead into Population Vista and see how things is going with the education. It is 12:24 p.m. and as you can see, kids are still going into school, which is cool. Because nobody can be too cool for school. Every single sim has to attend school. I would want one of these sims to cure cancer or to actually put in a nuclear power plant without melting it down. So let's see what the effect has brought into this city. Not much. But still, at least they're going. Let's go ahead and turn this on. Because everybody knows we all need a high school. And on top of that, let's go ahead and add a few more buses. And just to be nice, I'll go ahead and add some extra seats. This is bringing me in the red for 4,000, but still, again, that's fine. Because now we can add 2 more businesses to support the school system. Great. Now that I broke some ground into the commercial zone, I think I could actually go ahead and put this into llama speed. Sweet. Now most of the jobs are being filled into the high school. Okay, so basically now what I have going on is a nice educated system that's being run. And it is going to take some time for high school to open up, but that's cool. As it's now 3 o'clock and school has let out. So it seems 493 students have attended my school. Awesome. And they have all let out. So now let's go into Population Overlook and see what's going on. Let's put this into llama speed. Definitely really want to have the time go by. Make sure everything runs smoothly. Okay, so basically what I really want to have going is, since I have real high education stats over, I'm waiting for the school buses to come in. And commute. Like I said, this all takes time. And it'll happen. You just have to have the nice patience for it to actually work. Let's cool watching all my Sims coming in and out. Not that boring. Let's see what he's doing. See, it's just a little smart car. Where are you going? Yeah, pretty cool. Okay, it's now 5:30 in the morning. People are starting to wake up over on Population Overlook. Taking their morning coffee. Thinking whether or not they should get on that bus. Start picking up my snot little children. So let's see what happens. Seems that there's a traffic jam within the highway. Hope no Sims got injured. It's kind of funny that people want to get into my city, but not as eager to leave. I think it's time for me to upgrade this road. Okay, pretty good. Now that I've got the ball rolling on that, let's wait and cross fingers that school buses come by through this over jam-packed highway. And again, the system does work, but it just takes time. And before you know it, buses are going to start rolling in. But I kind of didn't want to spoil the fun for you. But you already know the outcome of it. Because if you've been paying attention to this video, you probably would have seen a couple of things already. Kind of spoils and ruins the fun. But again, this has been a real good tutorial, or somewhat of a good tutorial, on how to start an education system between one city to another. Even though I don't have any schools whatsoever, my Sims are going to be one future hell of a smart kid. Ah, and look at that. Buses are now starting coming in and take me cool little snack kids into school. So there you go. Basically, the system is enrolled and in place. Not quite on time, but still workable.